Alright, y'all, it is me, Envy Jumper. Welcome back to Rebels Canyon. And we're going to go over this next war recap. And again, like I said last video, just wreck these guys. 30 to 21, perfect score for us, 100% destruction. And this thing was, I mean, we had a few hours left. I think it was maybe 4 hours. It was either 2 or 4 hours left, I don't remember exactly. And it was already 100% cleaned up. We had 4 or 5, maybe 6 attacks left to go, so we were able to just loot. Just came in there, just absolutely wrecked shop, just destroyed these guys. Didn't even end up using all of our attacks. So we'll check the map. You know, pretty good work by them, spread out, but you know, they just not able to clean up the bottom. Really wouldn't have mattered anyway. But you know, my base is set up as an anti 3-star base, so I give up 2 stars fairly easily. But I've only been 3-starred one time, and it was a fairly high town hall, or a 10 that came down and did it. So 2 stars on me is not uncommon, but I really would have been surprised if they got 3 on me. You know, to get the 30 to tie it. So again, there's their map, and just to prove it, here's the all 3 stars. Such a beauty to see. So we'll come in here and, you know, felt a little bit bad. They're only a, you know, level 2 clan, but still, it's just absolutely embarrassing for them. Not sure who the attack lost is. We might have actually watched that one because there's not a whole lot of videos to watch on this one. I might watch that live, actually. We'll go ahead and do that. So, the most heroic attack by Jugs was really the clutch. We weren't sure. We thought we were going to get close to 30, but as soon as he got that, we realized, oh my god, there's a chance we can get 30 on this one. And then sure enough, you know, had some good attacks come through at the end and clean it up. So checking the team. Not too good for me on this war, although the attack on number 1 was a great scout, because then it enabled... Beaker actually is the one that came back in there at the end and cleaned that one up, and based on the scout from me, and then also what the other people did. But and then again, the number 8 against number 2, 3-starring that was really the one that set it up. And then Arv actually came in at the end, and he got the final 3-star to get us the max on the number 3. Number 3 was the last one left standing. So Jimbo's attack on number 3. Oh, I remember. That was a scout. So we're not going to watch that one. It was just a scouting attack. So, you know, nothing really to watch there. So again, you know, a lot of 6 stars. Flo had 6. Jugs, DJ had 6. Beaker, Arv had 6. So people really just kind of handling themselves. And then taking advantage of the scouts. You know, number 2, 98% on that one. Really good scout, obviously, because he found everything there is to find. All right, so checking out the defenses. They had failed attacks. Kind of all over the place. Well, maybe not all over the place. But failed attack on Carpe. And a failed on Jugs. Again, Jugs giving him a lot of problems. Let me check our team's attacks. And again, Tyson only 1 attack per war. He's really kind of starting to get irritating. But again, Jugs and Chad always seem to be the ones that give the enemy problems. So their bases, really good defenses. Come here to the enemy team, check their attacks. And they started out, you know, just attacking down, just, you know, really kind of setting themselves up and not really doing very well, and just struggling from the beginning. And coming in here, checking their defenses, and number 1, obviously some problems, but it's because, you know, we're trying to get the 3-star on it. Same thing, 2 and 3, trying to get the 3 stars on it. But everything else, I mean, a lot of, you know, first or, you know, second time 3 stars, so just absolutely wreck their bases. I mean, their bases aren't that great. Fairly even as far as build up with ours, but their layouts were just not very good. They just didn't make any sense to us. So we'll come in here and we're going to check the most heroic as always. and just a simple GoWiPe by Jugs, but everything that needed to happen happened perfectly. You know, golems well spread out, and they go, you know, the right ways. They don't come together, so they're able to tank for everybody. And wizards coming in early, starting to clean up, you know, killing process. The wall breakers are really the key. They come in here and break that first wall, and because they're in a range, they're able to get through that second wall. And as soon as that other compartment is open, it's just doomed for this base. You know, a couple of level 3 P.E.K.K.A.s and a max P.E.K.K.A. in there. And the other really good thing is the king and the P.E.K.K.A. go around to the left side, and a couple wizards follow. So they have tanking out there and then the high damage. A couple P.E.K.K.A.s in the middle with some wizards. Trying to show everything here. So all 3 phases of it, you know, through the center and both flanks, you know, you've got your tanking plus your damage right behind it. So worked out perfectly. And again, with this base design, once that core was opened, everything is exposed. You know, no real walls to break through, so nothing's going to get stuck behind anything. Everything's, you know, within range of the wizards. And then, you know, the perfect splitting of the tanks versus, you know, the damaging wizards just worked out so perfectly for him. I was able to get everything straight through there. So we'll shift down a little bit so you can see the final. And again, a couple P.E.K.K.A.s still in there. All the golems are down at this point. The king is down, but still 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, possibly 2 P.E.K.K.A.s. I think it's 3, but maybe that might only be 1 there. I think it's just 1. So 2 P.E.K.K.A.s still up, one of them being maxed, and then a whole bunch of wizards. So, and with just the 1 building left, absolutely nothing can do about it. And it is over. Alright, so we're going to highlight just a few videos. Everything's going to be up top this time. You know, nothing down from the bottom. So we're going to watch this one, and there's only really one reason I want to highlight this one. It was a cleanup attack, so, you know, we tried a couple times. Most people came from the queen side up top. Even with NV Jumper, you know, with, you know, my initial attack on it, I did the same thing. I came from the top side trying to take the queen with my kill squad on my heroes. Didn't know where the giant bombs were. Figured they were down the bottom, so I tried to save some heals down there for them. But just wasn't able to get it. But now the second attack revealed, well, between the first and the second attack, it revealed where the giant bombs were. And they're down here in the bottom, kind of flanking the wizard tower. Not where I expected them to be. I thought usually with these open kind of teaser bases, they're usually right there in the beginning, kind of around that cannon. So that threw me off. But now that I knew where they were, you know, I dropped the heals and it covered both bombs. So, you know, Hogs get hit with it, nobody gets double hit, and everybody's able to heal. But what I wanted to highlight is what's going on right now. Once the Hogs were through there and I knew that the heals were safe, or once Beaker, you know, obviously had gotten through there, dropping the heroes to take out the enemy queen was, you know, very clutch. You know, coming through there, it just, the queen was very exposed. And a lot of times people, you know, in our clan, you know, we'll put the heroes in there with the witches and the kill squad to kind of protect them. But sometimes you can make the sacrifice, you know, with your heroes and use your king to take out the enemy queen and your queen to take out the enemy king. And just sacrifice them. Mine ended up both living, but I used the entire kill squad, the witches and everything, just to, you know, focus on that queen to eliminate that, to have no more threat whatsoever left for the Hogs, or, you know, for what Beaker did. I actually came through a go-ho down at the bottom and just expected those bombs to be at the bottom. They weren't there, so the go-ho was worthless and just didn't work. But good job by Beaker coming through there and, you know, putting that queen up there. And then we're gonna check. Check this attack by Arv. Reason I want to check this one is because this was the one that got us the 30. So, this was the final attack before looting began. Comes in here, somewhat difficult clan castle to draw. So it comes through. Able to get him out, and just drops the poison right on it. You know, nothing wrong with that. It takes out the wizard and the archer, and as soon as the wizard goes down, you know, the dragon's pretty softened up, so as soon as that goes down, he drops his lure. Actually gives it a couple more seconds. Drops the lure, softens up the dragon, you know, quite a lot of health down. Drags it up top, you know, standard kill here with, you know, our witches kill squad. And then just begins, you know, it's kind of like I talked about the last attack, you know, drops his heroes in there to take care of the enemy hero. Might have missed his king's ability there, I believe. But, you know, drops his heroes in there early on that side to start taking out the enemy hero. And then just drops the hog and just comes through there. And again, being a cleanup attack, knows right where the bombs are. And, you know, 4 heals and a poorly laid out base. Just, you know, and again, it's the same exact base design as number 2. So even that helped too. Just having two bases in the same clan, especially right next to each other, with the exact same base, same trap setups and everything, really is not a very good idea. I don't know if this is an internet forum base or if this is just one person stole it from the other one. But it's not a good idea because then you don't even need to scout one base or both bases. You scout one base and it provides the scout for both bases. So now the initial attack on the second base can already basically have a scout on it. So it's much more effective. So, but all the defenses are down at this point, so we'll speed it up, come through and watch these hogs clean up and watch us get the 30th star. And we will zoom in on these two and slow it back down. Watch it real time, getting the 30th star. Get that 29th, and then bam, you're getting the 30th. So excellent attack, excellent ward, coming through and just absolutely just dominating. Next war might be a little bit tough for us. We're up against the level 6 clan. They got some good bases, but I think we might be able to handle it, and we should hopefully be alright. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this video, and we will see you next war.